Hey, Local Motors fans, Kate here. We just had our grand opening for our Local Motors Las Vegas micro factory last night. It was a ton of fun. Thanks to everyone who came out and partied with us. And now we're finally open for business at the new micro factory. Mike Pisani is going to give us a tour so you guys can check out the place.
So here we are in the service side of the micro factory. As you can see, we have the lifts here. We may actually only require one lift, so one might go away. But we will definitely have at least one lift to be able to work on rally fighters and other vehicles that we develop. And then also this one will probably go away to give us a little bit more floor space, since you don't always need the lift to do certain projects that you're working on the vehicles for. So a little bit of open floor space is an ideal thing for whatever vehicle you're working on. So we'll have plenty of that here. I'll be filling this out with all kinds of equipment that we need, all the hand tools, an air compressor, for all the air tools, some of the other tools that you may have seen in our Phoenix location, like sheet metal brakes and benders and things like that. But you know, a lot of R&D will still happen out of Phoenix, so we'll have a smaller version of R&D here. But this area will mostly be for, again, service and assembly. So there's some office space here, which is actually going to come down. I'll probably end up tearing this office out just to get a little bit more openness and a little bit more flow to the space, so that it doesn't break it up so much. So what we'll have is, this will remain since that's the restroom, but then we'll tear out the office. And we had a wall put up down on the end there, on the west wall, or the west end of the shop. So basically that's one garage bay worth of space, which will be used as an office there. So we'll have conference space there. The wall's insulated. There'll be a heavily insulated door in between the two spaces, so that you'll have some quiet space to, again, do development, design work, have phone calls, meetings, to host some group events, things like that. And then over here, we'll also do assembly of cruisers in a cell, in a build bay, if you will, just like we do in Phoenix. Eric's here completing the wrap for the racer bay. So this is where we would showcase and also assemble the racer. And then the last two bays over there would be for rally fighter or other vehicle innovations that we're doing as we come out with new vehicles. So right now, again, still set up for 2 bays worth of rally fighter. But just like we do with everything else, we make it pretty fluid and we can change it at just about any time.
Now we also have the lube shop turned retail space, right?
Right, exactly. So we have 2 retail spaces right now, because we have the Moby factory, which has service and assembly, retail, and the cafe. So that won't stay here permanently. That's down on the ground for X amount of time until we send it off to the next location. We've identified 5 other locations where we could potentially put a Moby factory down. Areas where we've had interest, such as Knoxville, Tennessee. That one could very well be going there. So we do have retail in what was a lube shop. So when we go in there, you're going to see that it's not much like a lube shop you would expect. It's a lot cleaner now.
I'm excited. Let's go check it out.
Take a look. What we'll do here, this is what was the office for the lube shop. That might turn into either inventory and storage space, or we might knock the wall down that's between the office and the lube shop just to open up that space a little bit. So let's head inside. Quite an undertaking to get it to this spot. As you can imagine, if you've ever pulled into a lube shop and been on this side of the wall here, this was really dark and dingy and very greasy and whatnot. So did a lot of work with O'Donnell Contracting and their crew. They've been great to be able to pressure wash all of this, whitewash all the walls. The walls were actually yellow and black and red, so like really dark colors. So they did a great job covering it in white to be able to brighten it up in here. We've got some custom artwork that was made to be able to use the open pits.
Done by community members, right?
Right, so a local artist, Caitlin, did all of the work here on the centerpieces. You can see she incorporated, I kind of gave her some inspiration from some of the designs that we have, the racer, the rally fighter, the cruiser, and she kind of ran with it and just gave her a blank slate to work from and said, you know, run with it. And within a few days' time, this is what she came up with, and she left some open space on either end of each one of the boards to allow us to highlight other community members and their work that they've done. So that's something that turned out really nice. And I was actually going to do something else with the space down here, but as time became short yesterday before the party, I realized that I wasn't going to have time to hang all the images on the wall, especially since I was going to put them on the north wall here, which is concrete, which is much more difficult than just drilling into drywall. So I said, you know what? She left us this space. I was going to do something else with it, but let's do something different, in the theme of doing something different, which we've clearly done here. Rather than hang the frame artwork, let's put it on display down with the boards and let people know how great our community is and what they're capable of. And she was cool about that, joining her artwork with the work of others. So I think that turned out really nice. And this will be something that we'll see continuously rotate out, because the idea is, in this space, everything that's in here is for sale. So, we can have her or other local artists come in and use this space. Maybe they'll use the whole width of the pit, maybe a smaller section, but we'll always use this to display that. We might even fill it in with glass. We've talked about that too, to be able to do that. And then downstairs, maybe we'll turn that into a museum or almost like a time capsule. That would be where we'd have our history. Maybe we use it for inventory. All remains to be seen, but this will be the home of retail in Las Vegas.
And I see a lot of retail product as well, like water bottles and t-shirts and backpacks. I mean, there's actually a really wide variety of products here.
Yeah, so as you said, we've got everything from the t-shirts to the helmets, the skateboards. So again, with our gear for the home, gear for the car, apparel, all kinds of things that are Local Motors branded, or just great products with our partners that we work with for innovative vehicular products are going to be housed in this space. So we've started to show that here, everything from all of those things to the furniture that's made from street signs. This is a great place to display it now that we've kind of breathed life into it.
Yeah, well, it looks fabulous. You guys did an amazing job. And
great, thank you.
Everyone can stay tuned on the live channel to stay updated on Local Motors Las Vegas.